We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So, Happy Christmas, Team Elvis. Our morning check to see who's home. It's Christmas Day, so everybody is home. So we bought Rio a number plate for his car. Rio's number plate. I think it's something like Rio WYM. So I've just removed the number plates of Rio's car. Rio's only 17. He's a newbie. So I just removed the number plates, ready for his new ones. It is very, very freezing, like extremely cold. So Yasmin, so Talia's home. So the Nan, Aurora's mum, has just arrived and she's cooking them eggs and bacon. Happy Christmas, Jane. The Nan is cooking them eggs and bacon. I've just had a Ferrero Rocher, which is naughty. Of course, Aurora's home. And Dad's home. So everyone's home. So happy Christmas to everyone. Christmas Day. Louis doing a Christmas Day live. So I thought what we could do is just reminisce on the last 12 months. I'm going to try and be positive. Who is that? Own J. Happy Christmas from Southwest UK. I'm near Bristol. In case you're new to my channel, my name's Louis and I'm 58 years old. I was born on July the 10th, 1967, and I'm in a town called Weston-super-Mare. Weston-super-Mare. Oh, thanks, Jane. And I'm about 25 minutes from Bristol. I live about 3-ish miles from the seafront, from the promenade, from the beach, from the seaside, from the Grand Pier. And I actually grew up in a very small cafe that was two roads. You had to cross two roads, and we were on a sort of side road. It never made any money. The cafe was a complete flop because it had a bad location, because it was set back. It was set too far back from the beach, so the cafe never made money. We would open it every summer, but it never made money. And then what happened was, in the winter, my father would go to Bristol and work to pay the bills. Hi, Innie, how are you? Merry Christmas. How's Australia? Nice and warm, is it? I've been reading all your comments. Thank you, Innie. I'm not going to get a cat for Ella, because Ella will probably eat it. Innie said to me, get a cat to keep Ella happy, but no, Ella would probably eat it. Ella, what would you do if I bought you a cat? What would you do if I got you a cat? Huh? So, I've had 3 cats. I love cats. I even had, I had a cat through most of my life. I had one called Fifi, one called Joey. Now, when I met Aurora, so yeah, Aurora was 22, yeah? When I met Aurora, she had her own cat called Thomas. So when we got together as a couple, I inherited, hi John, happy Christmas. I inherited another cat. So we actually had, at one point, we actually had 3 cats. Oh yeah, Lola, that was it. I'm getting the names mixed up. It was Lola, Joey and Thomas. Get the names right. I'm thinking about budgerigars. I used to have budgerigars. I had a budgerigar called Fifi and Joey when I was a small child, when I was about 5. Woo, let's get past these people. All right. So, yeah, so I have had cats. I love cats. But Ella, I don't think Ella would like it if we had a cat. I would get a cat. Unfortunately, Lola had a heart attack. So, but she did live till she was about 12. Joey was very old. passed away, and Aurora's cat, Thomas. I'm getting my names mixed up, but Aurora's cat was Thomas. Really lived really old. I think it was 16. So I think she became very sick, very unwell, and passed away, unfortunately. I do love cats, guys. Oh my God. In England, it is freezing. There is a really strong, freezing cold chill in the air. All right, let me just sort out Ella. Oh my God, it is so cold. So cold. Honestly, guys, it's proper, absolutely freezing. Woo. Ooh. Right, okay. Right, so I'll just let you go through. Let me tell you about yesterday. You know, my Christmas holiday. So yesterday we spent the day at an animal farm Christmassy shop called Cadbury Garden Centre. So it's a garden centre, thousands of things for sale, lots of little shops, cafes, play areas. The theme was very Christmassy, so we did that. I did post some pictures of it. So then in the night time we decided we were going to eat something completely different than Christmas dinner. So the choice was KFC, Chinese or Indian. We had it delivered. 1 second. Woo! Oh my God, I tell you what, bloody cold. Right, 1 second, guys. The sky is blue and the sun is shining. Yeah, it's lovely today. It feels like it's going to snow, guys. Seriously, it's that cold. It actually feels like it's going to snow, guys. That's how cold it is. It's blisteringly cold with a strong wind. So, oh my God. Oh my God, that is cold. I'm lucky I got my hat on. So in the end we had a choice, KFC, Chinese or Indian. Everyone voted for Indian. I had a chicken tikka rogan with mushroom bhaji side dish. I did have a bit of rice. I will break my rules a little bit for Christmas. Yeah, I'll have a bit of chocolate, and then I'll get all strict again tomorrow. So we had an Indian, quite a lot of Indian food. You know, naan bread and poppadoms. Hi Karen, happy Christmas Day. I thought I'd take the dog for a walk. Now I do intend to do another video opening some of your gifts. You had fish and chips last night, Jane. Sounds lovely. I do love fish and chips. Don't forget I owned fish and chip shops. I grew up in a fish and chip shop. So my mum and dad's little cafe that basically didn't make any money, and my dad worked in the winter, eventually was converted to a fish and chip shop. Oh, that's good, Innie. So, my dad's cafe, you know, we're talking the 70s, yeah? Well, he actually bought it in the late 60s. So in the 70s, the early 70s, my dad converted the cafe into a chip shop. He called it La Costa. La Costa. My dad's name is Costa, yeah? In Greek, it's Kostagis. So my dad decided that because there was lots of bars and nightclubs on our road, we had 3 nightclubs on our road, and there was some bars. There was even a bar next door called the Phoenix, which is funny because I went on to buy it. I actually bought the Phoenix when I was about 27. So I actually bought the property next door to my home that I grew up in. The road I grew up on was called Richmond Street. So the name La Costa became very established. Everyone knew my dad because when everybody was leaving the nightclubs at 2 in the morning, 2 a.m., you know, in the disco days, guys, the Saturday night fever days, proper disco days, yeah? They would all come into my dad's fish and chip shop and buy fish and chips, pie and chips, sausage and chips after the nightclub. So my dad turning the cafe into a chip shop was a really clever idea, and it gave him a lot of money. So my dad, in the mid-70s, was really successful in his chip shop. Now the problem is, he was a gambler. My dad was a very serious gambler, so even though the chip shop was doing really well, he wasted it all gambling. So we always felt very poor. My dad would gamble all the profits and gamble even our food money. He would gamble even our clothes money. This is the part of my dad that is the letdown, that the gambling problem affected everything. So, you know, I'm mature enough and old enough now to be able to look back and forgive. You know, I think in the end you have to forgive. He had a very bad temper. In the 70s, you hit your kids, you hit your wife. So obviously I don't feel that way at all. I would never hit my kids, I would never hit my wife. So, and I'm not a gambler, I'm completely against gambling. So all the bad habits that my dad had, I never carried on. Not one of them. Now the good habits my dad had was that he was a business entrepreneur. He was courageous, so he would do a business. He had the guts. He would take a chance and do a business. And I inherited that with my twin brother. The other thing, he was hardworking. My dad was very hardworking. Me and my brother inherited that. And, God, it's cold. And, what else? Let me think. Oh yeah, the fact that my dad had a chip shop, I taught myself to run a fish and chip shop myself. So that was good, because one of the second business I got with my twin brother Andreas. Oh my God, it's cold. The second business I got with my brother was a fish and chip shop. It was called the Mighty Bite. The Mighty Bite. When I was around 20, 19, 20. My first business was a gift shop. Just like a little souvenir shop in a market, inside a market, an indoor market, yeah? My brother joined me on the second one, which was the fish and chip shop, the Mighty Bite, which is still there now, actually. So I did learn from my dad to do the fish and chip shop. I also learned from him to have the guts to do it, to work hard, to take a chance, to believe that you can be more than you are. The reason I wanted to get into business was because I didn't like being poor. I didn't want to be poor. I wanted to have money. I wanted to have a nice car, a nice flat, have money to go out, to buy clothes, to buy shoes, to buy food. You know, I wanted the basics. And when I was 18 years old, I had nothing. I worked in a clothes shop in Bristol. One was called Blazer, the other was called Burton's. And I literally had no money. I could just about afford to pay the rent. Me and my brother rented a tiny little flat by the beach. And we literally had no money. I couldn't even afford to buy clothes. It was that bad. Even food, I would have to buy like just bread, or I would have cabbage and gravy. I had to, the absolute minimum. I couldn't even afford shoes, guys. That's how poor we were. So the main reason for taking a chance, taking out a small bank loan to do a small business was to have money, and it did work out. Once we got into business, me and my brother, my twin brother, we rented a nicer little flat, and we had money for clothes, for food. Oh, you worked in a chip shop? There's a guy who works down a chip shop, swears he's Elvis. Anyway, it worked out in the end. We worked hard, we started small businesses, and we were fine. You know, from about 20 years old onwards, me and my twin brother had money. We could buy it, we mortgaged a house, we expanded, bought other businesses, so it worked out. Happy Christmas, Sarge. So I wanted to just quickly reflect on the last 12 months. A special happy Christmas to all of you. Woo! Anyway, just quickly, the kids. So we had Indian food last night. Curry, yeah. So that Aurora's mum has come this morning. She's doing them bacon baps as we speak. She's only coming for an hour. She's doing all the kids bacon baps, yeah. I didn't have any because I want to be hungry for Christmas dinner. We have a prawn cocktail at around 1 p.m. Around 1 p.m. I will make prawn cocktail for all of the kids. That's my plan, and then we're aiming at eating Christmas dinner at around 4 to 4:30 p.m. And my son, who is 27, Andres, is visiting us with Christmas gifts for the kids. Ooh, come on! Oh, it's freezing cold. So we're at the building development. Budget for gifts. Oh my God, it's cold. So Aurora had a budget for gifts. She definitely doubled the budget. Aurora is very generous. She bought them all sorts of stuff. Dozens of toys, of course, clothing, TVs, desks for their computers. Just so, honestly guys, there was 100 gifts there. My wife is very generous, but she does all the hard work. She wrapped them all. She did all the preparation. I didn't have to do much. The only thing I had to do, happy Christmas to New Zealand, Ray. The only thing I had to do was the food shopping. Oh my God. It's so cold, guys. So the kids came down. I did a little video. I posted it on Facebook. The kids coming downstairs. Now, first of all, they opened their stockings on the end of their bed. They had a stocking each. So they opened that first. Quite a few little gifts in there. Probably about 12 gifts each in their stockings. Little small things. So then we go down the stairs. The lounge obviously is all set out ready with all the gifts under the tree. I've kept the Team Elvis gifts, I've kept them separate. Yeah, so we've had some gifts from people like Karen, Tony, Nicola. Thank you to you guys for sending these gifts. I'm going to open them separately. I want to open them separately on a separate video. So they're not opened yet. The Team Elvis gifts have not been opened yet. So Elaine sent me a nice gift of things that she collected at Memphis, at Graceland, at Tupelo. So I want to do that separately. So the kids come down, they walk into this room, and there literally is over 100 presents. Between 5 kids, mine. Between 5 kids. Yeah, it's very cold and windy. It's freezing. Sarge, it's freezing. I've had hundreds of you wishing me happy Christmas. Thank you very much. Happy Christmas to you and your families. I hope you enjoy your Christmas dinner. What time is it where you are, guys? It must be the middle of the night for a lot of you. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of America, but we've got you in Australia, all over the world, in Australia, Canada. There's a lot of you in the UK. A special happy Christmas as well to the UK people. We have a massive amount of subscribers, members in America. Of course, I love America. Yeah, you know that, guys. But I also love the UK. I love Australia. I'm so glad that we get so many Australians joining us. We have a lot of Australians, guys, and Canadians. We've got Dan from Canada, haven't we? So a special thank you. Merry Christmas to all of you. So a quick reflection on the last year. The last year has been very tough, but it's also been amazing. I would say the majority of the year that we've had in the last 12 months, of course, don't forget New Zealand, the majority, seeing the time, the majority of the year has been amazing. We've had a fantastic year. Loads of highs. We've really made a difference, haven't we? Team Elvis. Oh my God. That wind is strong. Woo. Oh my God. I can't believe how cold it is. Right. So I'm going to turn around and head back with the wind behind me now. So we've had a really good year. Yeah, it's too windy, Ray. Don't worry. I'm walking the other way. Hopefully that'll help. Now we've also had a tough year. Defending hasn't been easy. I would say the biggest problem we've had, let's talk Turkey, guys. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The biggest problem we've had with the Defending Elvis channel, Team Elvis, Elvis defenders around the world, has also been the biggest surprise for me. The biggest surprise. I never expected there to be such an anti-defending Elvis movement. Seriously, guys. I don't know if you can hear me, how windy it is. My biggest surprise of 2025 so many people think Elvis does not need defending. Can I ask you guys, why do you think so many people think Elvis does not need defending? Try and please explain it to me, because I've never been able to work out why. I'm going to wait for your comments, guys. Why did we have such a big backlash of YouTube channels, Elvis YouTube channels, and Elvis fans that say Elvis does not need defending? Now, I have a theory on it, but you tell me, guys. Sarge, why do you think there's such a strong backlash that Elvis does not need defending? Why is there such a large movement of anti-Elvis defenders that are Elvis fans? Put it in the comments, guys, and then we're going to discuss it. Elvis does need defending. They are Priscilla lovers. There we are. So Ray says they're Priscilla lovers. I think you have a good point. They don't want things being brought up again. Ah, now that is a really good one. Two great points. Priscilla lovers that have been brainwashed into thinking Priscilla has done nothing wrong. But a massive point is they don't want things being brought back up. They see us as troublemakers. Why can't it be forgotten? They believe in the fake fairy tale. I repeat, they believe in the fake fairy tale. They don't want to be told the truth. They don't want things being brought up that many have forgotten about. It's funny because when I bring up the books, should I say, that trashed Elvis, many of the people are not even aware of it. The Memphis Mafia book, so it's nearly 10 o'clock where you are. The Memphis Mafia book, many people had not read it. Didn't even know it existed. And when I told these people the details in that book, they didn't believe me. They called me a liar. So I'm not going to start naming people, guys. Yeah, they didn't know the truth. There we are, Sarge. They view the last 50 years of Elvis through rose-tinted glasses, don't they? Isn't that the truth, guys? Elvis is all about love, positivity. He's a Christian man. And then they use that as the excuse to not defend him. Yeah, they don't want to break their mold. They have a mold. So there's a perfect mold, isn't there? As soon as you go outside of that perfect mold, the fake fairy tale, they're offended. Their feelings are hurt. Maybe the people that they admire, remember, I'm not going to name these people. Maybe certain family members, stepbrothers, cousins, ex-wife, some ex-girlfriends, because let's face it, guys, some ex-girlfriends said things that they shouldn't have said, yeah? In books as well. They don't want to hear it. They don't want Louis and Team Elvis defenders, discussing things, truthful things, I repeat. The things that we discuss are truthful. We expose the truth because they see us as upstarts. They see us as troublemakers. They see us discussing things that should be forgotten, ignored. They bury their head in the sand and they want a perfect world. They want a perfect world. They want a world that nothing happened that was negative. That family members, stepbrothers, Memphis Mafia, people like that they did nothing wrong. That's the world they want to live in. Then they make excuses. Like with the book Elvis, what happened? Oh, Vernon unfairly sacked them. You get it? They blame Vernon. Oh, Elvis had a drug problem, so we tried to help him. They blame that. Ignoring the fact that he was extremely sick. Let's face it, guys, Elvis was bloody sick, wasn't he? So they rewrite history. They rewrite history to suit themselves. They ignore the fact that most of these things that were done that were against Elvis, that shared private details about Elvis, that lied about Elvis, that altered history, they forget that the reason these people did it was for money. For money. It was a trade-off. Private details for cash. You get it? Some people call it trash for cash, yeah? This has been our biggest problem. This is why we had such a difficult year this year. That the things that we are discussing, people want kept quiet. The people that did it, stepbrothers, cousins, the Memphis Mafia, ex-wife, ex-girlfriends, people that Elvis worked with, Merry Christmas, Puzzle Land. They don't want it brought up. They want it kept hush-hush. Now, there's a problem with this. Sarge, that 100%, I agree with that. People don't want to apologise. Because one of the biggest things that we did when we were doing the Defending Elvis stuff, and defending Lisa Marie, don't forget that. Hi, Vincent. Happy Christmas. One of the things people did was we were sort of asking for apologies. We were asking for these people to show regret for the books, the biographies, the tabloids, the documentaries, you know, All the King's Men, E! True Hollywood, all this stuff. We've always asked for apologies, haven't we? Isn't that all we've ever tried to do, is say, show regret, say sorry? You know, I've always said we must be forgiving. Many of the Elvis fans have been brainwashed. The Priscilla fans have definitely been brainwashed. They believe the fake fairy tale that Priscilla put in her book, Elvis and Me, in the 1985 book. She's still doing it now with her new book, isn't she? Priscilla's still doing it now with the book, Softly As I Leave You. Yeah, I don't think she's getting away with it so much in the second book, but there are still millions of people that believe everything Priscilla says. I repeat, there are still millions of people that believe everything that Priscilla says and will not question her. As I keep saying, these interviewers around the world, when Priscilla's doing her interviews, selling her book, pushing her book to make money, still trashing people to make money, they don't question her. They just go along with her, treat her like she's Elvis. They treat her as if, people beeping at me, guys. They treat her as if she saved Elvis. She's the reason Elvis is remembered. It was her idea to open Gracelands as a museum. It was her that prevented Gracelands from being sold. It's all bullshit. But millions around the world believe it. I watched a video of dozens of people thanking Priscilla for keeping Elvis's memory alive. I repeat, I watched a video, dozens of people, Elvis fans, thanking Priscilla for being the reason that Elvis is remembered. It's ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous that people believe that Elvis is remembered because of Priscilla. Not because of the fans, not because of Elvis and his singing, his movies, the way he changed the world, the way he transformed the world, the way he impacted the world, the way he affected millions and millions of people. They thank Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla, you saved Elvis. Thank you, Priscilla, you're the reason Elvis is remembered today. It's ridiculous. Elvis fans, this is how brainwashed millions of Elvis fans can be. So when you try to challenge what's happening, when you try and show them the truth, when you say, well, hang on a minute, you do know many of the people close to Elvis trashed him, betrayed him, backstabbed him, double-crossed him for money. I repeat, for money. Then these people get offended. Not just people, Elvis YouTube channels. These people get offended. And their only way, because they know what the truth is, they know that Elvis was trashed, double-crossed for money. So the only way they can get back at you is by attacking you, insulting you, calling you a bully. Do you get it, guys? They can't defend with truth. Hi, Luan. Yeah, Ray, the book is full of lies. Yeah? You know, everything we say on this show is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, this isn't just about Priscilla. Please know this. Please understand this, that when we defend Elvis, we're not just doing it about Priscilla. When we defend Elvis, we defend all of the wrongdoing to Elvis from everybody. From family, from cousins, from stepbrothers, from ex-girlfriends, ex-wife, from the Memphis Mafia, from people that Elvis worked with, people that Elvis trusted. Please know that. We are not just an anti-Priscilla. We are anti-anybody that betrayed Elvis, double-crossed him for money, trash for cash. Whether it be in books, biographies, documentaries. Do you understand that, Sergeant? Do you understand that? That when we discuss defending Elvis, it can't just be aimed at one person. It has to be everybody that did it. Now, I do accept I have to try and find a way to understand the wrongdoing to Elvis. Yeah? I don't want it to be about hate or attacking people. I want to try and understand it. Why did these people let Elvis down? Why did they double cross him? I try to understand that these people were offered large amounts of money. It's very tempting, isn't it? If people are offering you in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, if people are offering you tens of thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds, and you need money, it's very hard to say no. So I'm trying to understand why people wrote these books, did these documentaries, biographies. Tabloids are a big thing. The tabloids, let's face it, guys, the tabloids were offering massive amounts of money to these people to say ridiculous stories like Elvis faked his death. One of the most ridiculous stories I've ever heard is Elvis faking his death, switching his body in a tabloid. You get it? So somehow we're trying to understand it, but I won't ignore it. The problem we have is many Elvis fans, many Elvis YouTube channels want us to ignore it, act like it never happened. You get it? Act like it never happened. Keep the equilibrium. Keep everything calm and tame and neutral. We can't do that, because as soon as we do that, we ignore the wrongdoing. Elvis isn't being defended. To defend Elvis, this is how I see it. To defend Elvis, we must expose the lies, the wrongdoing. Now, yeah, I do agree with people that we also have to try and understand it. We have to try and be more forgiving, because I do think certain people that betrayed Elvis would want us to forgive them. We have to not come across like we're attacking people, so we need to find a way where we discuss the wrongdoing, where it doesn't come across as an attack. The hardest thing for some of you is to forgive some of these people. I do agree there was a lot of jealousy aimed at Elvis. There was a lot of envy aimed at Elvis. I do agree that the tabloids were very cruel to Elvis. Ooh, freezing cold. I agree, guys, the tabloids... Oh, let me get around this corner. I agree the tabloids have been very cruel to Elvis, yeah? And they still are, aren't they? Social media, YouTube channels. Yeah, but Serge, it's not just about that. Serge, you're talking about the wet. You're talking about how we run this channel. I'm not. I'm talking about how we have the right to discuss the wrongdoing to Elvis without being attacked by Elvis YouTube channels, Elvis fans, because they see us as troublemakers when all we're trying to do is defend Elvis, defend Lisa Marie and the bloodline, defend Riley, Finley and Harper. Do you get it? I have a very strong view on when we're told When we're told Elvis doesn't need defending, and it's being said by people that grew up with Elvis, that were around him, I'm horrified. Seriously, guys, I literally can't believe it. I'm like, so you love Elvis? People have mistreated him. He's been unfairly portrayed. He's been lied about. And you're telling me that Elvis doesn't need defending. The most disgusting things are said about Elvis. And you, people that grew up with him, that were around him, lived with him, benefited from him, you that he was so good to, then go on to say Elvis doesn't need defending. It just doesn't make sense, guys. Then we are seen as troublemakers because we want to stand up for Elvis. It's a bit like standing up for a bully, isn't it? Isn't it like that? It's a bit like standing up against a bully. Why do we stand up against bullies? Because they're cruel, heartless, cold, angry, aggressive. And the way that Elvis has been treated in the last 60 years is all of those things. So we will stand up against the bully in the playground. Yeah? Now, why have we been called so many names? Why have we been insulted so horribly? By Elvis fans, by Elvis channels, because they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They want it buried. They want it forgotten. They want it ignored. They say it's in the past. Leave it in the past. We can't do that. Because as soon as you leave it in the past, you're trying to say it never happened. You're trying to say we have to accept the damage that it did to his image and his reputation. The damage that it did to his legacy, his legend. Because people say, oh, Elvis's legend is secure. His legacy is secure. Yes, it is. We all know that Elvis's music doesn't need defending. We all know that Elvis's talent doesn't need defending. Don't we? We know it. But I would say that his legacy and his legend has been damaged. It has been warped out of shape. So the standard memory of Elvis is that he was the most talented man that ever lived, yeah? One of the most beautiful men that ever lived. But what about Elvis the human being? How is that remembered? Because if you ask the average man in the street, if you said to the average man, what do you think of Elvis Presley? Or woman, the average woman, in the street, yeah, the public, they will say the most disgusting things to you. He's a druggie, he's a shagabout, he's a paedophile, he binges on burgers, he died on the toilet. We've heard it all before, haven't we? He had a horrible temper, he was a controller, he was a groomer. He forced Priscilla how to do her hair and dress and makeup. Priscilla was in a prison whilst Elvis was running around trying to shag everything in sight. The most disgusting things are said about Elvis. None of them true. This is why we run a Defending Elvis channel. Because he does need defending. We can break down each accusation and we can defend it. We can give the facts. We can broaden the facts. We can say, hang on a minute. Did you know that Priscilla was unfaithful? Did you know Elvis was a Christian man and helped the world, helped everybody, did so much for charity, was a really good-hearted man? Did you know that Elvis paid for his friends and family's lives, was so generous he would buy them houses and cars? Did you know that Elvis would pay for people's medical expenses, funerals? Did you know that Elvis would look for people to help? Elvis would literally get a tabloid, a newspaper, and pick people out and go and help them. There was one thing mentioned about him going to a policeman's funeral. But many other things, like Ginger Alden told us about how Elvis went to her grandfather's funeral and allowed the family to use his plane. The thing I'm trying to say to you guys, all the good that Elvis has done has been forgotten, and all the lies have been highlighted. This was the mistake of books like Elvis and the Memphis Mafia, you know. Elvis, Aaron Presley and the Memphis Mafia. Elvis, What Happened, you know, All the King's Men, the E! True Hollywood stuff, the horrible tabloids. These things have been repeated again and again and again by millions of people on social media, on millions of sites. These things have been spread everywhere, and none of these people have ever apologized. This is the weird thing, guys. None of these people, well-known people, I'm not going to say names, but we are talking cousins, stepbrothers, ex-wife, ex-girlfriends, Memphis Mafia. None of these people apologized. Doesn't that concern you? That literally all of the trashing of Elvis, no one has apologized. If I said to you now, guys, name one person who apologized. Sarge, we'll do it to you. If I said to you now, name one person who's apologized for trashing Elvis for money in books, tabloids, documentaries, biographies, interviews. Tabloids is a big one, isn't it? Could you name one? Could you name one person that apologized? Because I can't. Because I know damn well Priscilla never did. The Memphis Mafia never did. I've never heard the stepbrothers apologize, or the cousins. Not properly. Yeah, some of them became born-again Christians. We've had that. Didn't they? Rick and David. Sorry, I just said names. I'm trying not to say names. Some of them became born-again Christians, but that didn't make it okay, because it didn't undo what they did it? It didn't undo it. These books are still for sale, guys. The books are still for sale. All of the books I mentioned, even Priscilla's book, Elvis and Me, which to me completely reinvented history, rewrote history. I don't believe a word of it, yeah? It's just an opinion for entertainment purposes. Everything on this show is for entertainment purposes, not a fact, just an opinion. We are a discussion YouTube channel where we discuss and share opinions on YouTube for entertainment purposes. But the truth is, these books are still for sale. You can still watch these documentaries. You get it? So when we are attacked by Elvis fans and we're told that we're the bad guy, that we're troublemakers, because we defend, we're called bullies because we defend. It's bloody out of order. These people now even attack Donna Presley. The very people that attack me and Team Elvis and defending Elvis now attack Donna Presley and insult her, belittle her, don't they? Say that she has no right to be a Presley. They try to act like she never lived the life with Elvis. We know she did. We know that Donna Presley lived at Circle G Ranch, lived at Graceland. Her parents, Donna Presley's parents, lived at Graceland, worked at Graceland. Donna Presley's parents babysat Donna Presley's children at Graceland. We know that Donna Presley is Elvis's first cousin. Her mum, Nash, Reverend Nash, we know that she is Vernon's sister. We know that Minnie Mae, you get it? Minnie Mae Dodger is Donna Presley's grandmother. Get it? But these very people that call themselves Elvis fans say that Donna Presley has no right to be a Presley, even though she is Elvis's first cousin. Elvis is her first cousin. She has Presley blood in her veins. Come on. Do you understand what I'm saying to you guys? Any excuse to belittle someone who is defending Elvis. Do you get it, guys? Any excuse to attack the Elvis defenders, whether it be Donna Presley or Louis or Team Elvis. Oh my, even Emma, just a girl who loves Elvis, she was attacked. Even Terry with his channel, Elvis History. All of the Elvis defenders have been attacked by Elvis fans. All of the Elvis defenders have been attacked by Elvis fans. Even you guys, Team Elvis, as you go around different YouTube channels, Facebook pages, Instagram, TikTok, you get attacked for defending Elvis, for exposing Priscilla's wrongdoing, don't you? I've watched it. I go around reading the comments. You get attacked because you defend Elvis. You expose Priscilla's lies. It ain't right. That's Sergeant, you're right. All Elvis defenders are being attacked wherever they go. Why? All we do is share the truth. All we do is stand up for Elvis, for Lisa Marie, for Riley, for Finley, for Harper, don't we? Isn't that all we do? Every day, 7 days a week, I wake up and I spend my days with Team Elvis, with Elvis defenders around the world, standing up for Elvis. But we are called every name we can be. These people go out of their way to try and shut us down. These people go out of their way to try and shut us down. Using strikes, abusing the YouTube strike system to try and shut us down. Just because we defend Elvis. What else? What else? If I say to you now, come on, what are we doing wrong other than defending Elvis? They have nothing to say. They have reinvented the word bully. The word bully now is Elvis defender. So they call us bullies. But what are we really? We're Elvis defenders, aren't we? Elvis and Lisa Marie defenders, that's what we are. But they've replaced that word now with the word bully. Oh, they're bullies. No, we're Elvis defenders. To the people that call us bullies for defending Elvis and Lisa, for exposing the truth, for standing up to Priscilla, for exposing the wrongdoing of the Memphis Mafia, family members, close family members of Elvis, people that grew up with Elvis, people that Elvis trusted. We're just Elvis defenders. That's all we are. To the family members of Elvis that say Elvis doesn't need defending, we're just Elvis defenders. That's all we are. There's no hate here. I don't hate you guys. You people that I've fallen out with, had disagreements with, I don't hate you. I just want to defend Elvis. I want to run a channel that's called Defending Elvis with a team of Elvis defenders that are around the world. We come together, we group together to stand up for Elvis. I won't accept that we have to bury our head in the sand and act like it never happened. I don't accept that bringing it up makes us troublemakers. I don't accept it. I think Elvis deserves it. Elvis deserves that we defend him. We know that it's tough, don't we? Don't we, guys? You, me, and Team Elvis. We know that defending Elvis is a tough thing to do, don't we? But we do it anyway. I repeat, but we do it anyway. So no, they haven't shut us down. We're still here. We're still defending. I am trying to do the defending now without naming people. I'm trying to do it. It's not easy. I'm going to give it a go. I don't hate any of these people. I don't hate any of these people. All these people that have attacked me, called me names, tried to shut me down, these close family members of Elvis, the ex-wife, all of them. This has never been about hate for me. This has always just been about standing up for Elvis. That's all it's been. So we have renamed our name. We are now called Defending Elvis Presley with a Forgiving Heart. So we're going to try and be more respectful. We're going to try and be more understanding. We're going to try and understand why these people let Elvis down for money. We're going to even try and forgive some of these people, some of them. There's certain things that we can't forgive, unfortunately. the things that happened to poor Lisa Marie, we cannot forgive, can we? Yeah, Bridget Cruz said freedom of speech. She said that. I remember that, and that really stood out for me, Sarge. So we're going to move forward. We're still here. You haven't shut us down. There's no hate from me, guys. To all you people that were cruel to me, to my team Elvis, my Elvis defenders, I forgive you. I have no hate towards you. Hi, Sherry. Happy Christmas to everyone. Next year, we will be back. The year is coming to a close, yeah? 2025 is coming to an end. It was a very rocky year, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. We had to do it. We had to stand up for Elvis no matter what. We had to show the family members, the ex-wife, the cousins, the stepbrothers, the Memphis Mafia. You get it? We had to show them that we will stand up for Elvis no matter what. No matter what gets thrown at us, we will do it. But I do think we need to find a way forward that is a bit more caring, a bit more friendly, a bit more understanding, a bit more forgiving. As Joe Sins said, Joe Sins from Rare Elvis Photos, as he said, we need to move forward in more of a forgiving way, a respectful, understanding way. And I take that advice from Joe Sins. I take it very seriously. So we need to find a way forward where we still defend, we can still bring up the books, the biographies, the documentaries, the tabloids. We can still bring up the wrongdoing and discuss it in a mature, respectful way. And we will keep defending. We will keep defending. There will always be different topics of defending Elvis. I also want to show the world all the good that Elvis did. So I do want to do much more of that, much more of, right, let's show the good stuff. Let's discuss all the positives, the good that Elvis did for charity, for his fellow man. Let's discuss how Elvis changed the world for the better. Let's discuss how Elvis impacted the world. So there's a lot of good stuff. I want to do, I want to look at Elvis's work, his movies, his songs, the life he lived, the positive things that he did. We're going to do all that, but we will be bringing up the topics where Elvis was mistreated, unfairly treated, unfairly portrayed, lied about. We will be challenging Priscilla's fake fairy tale. We will be challenging anything in the books. In the book Elvis and Me, in the book Softly As I Leave You, we will be challenging the things in that book that we feel are lies. We will also be discussing From Here to the Great Unknown. I want to do a review of Lisa Marie's book that was finished by Riley Keough. Don't forget, part of what we do is we defend Riley Keough as well. Of course, we defend Lisa Marie. We are disgusted about the things that are said about Lisa Marie, and we will defend Finley and Harper. Yeah. So, there's a broader picture here. This isn't just Elvis. There's much more to it. So we're going to become more of a rounded channel where we discuss everything. There's no stopping us, guys. There's no stopping us. We're still here. To the people that tried to shut us down, you failed. To the people that tried to stop us defending, you failed. To the people that have insulted me and said the most disgusting things about me and my family, I forgive you. I forgive you. I move forward. You won't hear me mentioning the names of the people that attack me. Yeah? To the people that attack me, you don't exist to me. You don't exist. Obviously, we know that there was a YouTube channel shut down that was absolutely horrific and disgusting to me for over a year. I won't name that person. I won't name her. She was disgusting. She said the most horrific things about me and my family, and she now has shut down. She doesn't exist anymore. They can run off on other social media channels. Yeah, can't they? People can, once they've been shut down on YouTube, they go off and start the hate on different social media outlets. We all know YouTube is the important one. Yeah? So that person doesn't exist. any channel on YouTube that insults or attacks me and defending Elvis, you'll get shut down by YouTube, because I will do exactly what I did with that person. I will go behind the scenes. I will make serious complaints about defamation, slander, and you'll get shut down. So my advice to anybody trying to attack Louis, defending Elvis, my right to defend, is do what you want, but you will face the consequences of Louis, because Louis stands up for himself. I won't allow you to slander me, bully me, attack me, insult me, abuse YouTube's copyright strike system. If any of you use YouTube's copyright strike system to shut me down, I will go behind the scenes, I will speak directly to YouTube's legal department, and you'll be shut down. Okay? So don't bully me. I have the right to defend Elvis and Lisa Marie with a group of defenders, Elvis defenders, Team Elvis, Elvis fans around the world. We come together to stand up for Elvis.